Hey everyone, this is Dr. Yoni Alkan. We're talking about the rules of Cuddle Party, and now we're going to talk about rule number 5. If you're a maybe, say no. Now, that sounds kind of weird to some people, but it's really helpful. And I'm going to negate the rule at the end, but right now let's talk about if you're a maybe, say no. So, a lot of times we are a no to something, but we don't really feel that we have enough power to say no, so we kind of say, oh, maybe? Or maybe later? And we don't really mean maybe later, we mean no. But we don't feel comfortable enough in saying no, so we say maybe later. Maybe later is not a no. It's a maybe and later. So they might come back later and ask you. So sometimes we want to say no, but we don't feel comfortable, so we say maybe. So this rule is kind of like, hey, if you're a maybe, say no. But let's say that you truly are a maybe. You're not sure. Yeah, I am. I'm not sure about this. I'm kind of a maybe. That's great for you to be a maybe. If you say no when you're a maybe, you're doing two things. One, you're closing that request for the other person. They wanted to ask you something. They wanted to, hey, would you like a foot rub? And if you're a maybe, is that a yes? Is that a no? They're not really sure. They can't be sure because you said maybe. If you say no, you've just closed that request for them. They can move on to the next request or ask something completely different. Go have some snacks at the snack table. Do whatever they want. But you've closed that request. The second thing that you're doing if you say no when you're actually a maybe is you're giving yourself some time and space to think about it. They ask you for a foot rub and you're like, I'm not sure do I really want a foot rub? I'm not sure about that. You know what? I'm going to say no. That will allow me to sit back and think about it and say, you know what? I kind of do want a foot rub, but do I want it from that person? Yeah, that would be good. But why am Oh, I know. I feel uncomfortable about my feet. How about if I keep my socks on? Then you kind of figure it out. Oh, I'm a yes for that person to give me a foot rub with my socks on. So I can go back to that person and say, hey, are you still a yes to that request? And can I keep my socks on? So you just took a maybe, analyzed it, and came back with a more exact answer of what you truly want. Because without the socks, you didn't really want that foot rub, so it's better to say no. Now, as I've mentioned, I'm going to kind of negate that rule with the caveat of, hey, if you feel really comfortable with saying no to stuff and you're not really sure if you want it or not, and you're not sure if you want it or not because you haven't experienced it yet, you might come to the other person and say, if they're requesting that foot rub and you're not sure if you want that foot rub from that person in that moment, with or without your socks, you're not sure. You can say, I'm not really sure, but I want to try it out. Do you mind if we try it out? And I might change my mind and I'll want to do something else in a minute. Is that okay with you? And they can say yes or no. That's up to them. But you are giving yourself an easier chance to say no later. You're giving yourself a better chance to change your mind, which will bring me to the next rule. So come back to us and listen to rule number 6. I wonder what it is. See you soon.